Hello everybody, I do hope you're keeping well. It's early April, and whilst you should have put up nest boxes mid-February if you can, it's not too late still to do so, because whilst great tits and blue tits may have established territories in cavities or nest boxes that they found, there will be those still looking for a place to nest and they can't find anywhere. So if you put up a nest box in the next week, 10 days or so, even the next couple of weeks, there's a strong chance it will be occupied this year. And if you're lucky enough to live in an area where rarer birds like redstart and or perhaps pied flycatcher nest, they haven't even arrived in the UK yet. So putting up a nest box late in the season helps cavity nesters like that. The sort of thing I'm talking about, that's one of my designs. That's the curve cavity nester. It's not that small, obviously, it's up a tree. That's perspective, yay. But I've put it just out of arm's reach. If I was standing directly under the tree, I couldn't quite reach the bottom of the nest box. That's about the right position. And it's facing away from the rising sun and setting sun. It's not going to get too hot if the sun is directly on it. This is quite an exposed eucalyptus tree. I'm not fond of eucalyptus in the UK. They're great in Australia, but not in the UK. But there we go, that's what's in the garden. So I'm giving it some wildlife value. You can get these nest boxes by going on the website, or you can build them. If you've got some scraps of wood around, there are opportunities to make your own. But good luck with that. I'm going to show you one or two other opportunities you can provide for other species of birds in the garden too. It might seem curious to be going into a building when talking about nest boxes, but let me take you in the shed here. Can you see there on the shelf? That is one of the brushwood robin nesters, and I've literally just left it on the shelf in the shed. There are lots of gaps in this shed. It's quite a rickety old building. Plenty of gaps that are big enough to allow a robin or a wren to come in here. Now, so far, nobody has. I haven't been in this place for very long, but simply putting that nester on the shelf tucked away in a quiet corner, I hope, is going to be sufficient incentive to encourage a robin to nest in here. There are lots of other nooks and crannies that they could choose to go in. They may have already established somewhere outside to do the same. But those brushwood nesters, you can stick them, as I say, on a building like this, or in a building which has got lots of opportunities for birds to come and go. If I just show you up here, look, there's loads of gaps in the roof where a robin could easily come and go, or stuffed into some deep vegetation outside against a wall covered in ivy, that kind of thing. And primarily for robins in the UK, but also wrens we've had using them. And if you put it up fairly high somewhere outside, who knows, spotted flycatchers are getting rarer and rarer in the UK, but it's the sort of place a spotted flycatcher may well want to nest, and indeed even a wagtail. If you're by some water body and you stuff it somewhere out of reach, a grey wagtail could go there, or pied wagtails also nest in those sorts of cavities. So that's the brushwood robin nester. There it is.